Here's where we stand right now at this hour. You got about 2.3 million barrels a day of refining offline. That's about 14% of U.S. capacity. Also, 1.7 million barrels a day of oil production offline. Most of that, of course, coming from the Gulf of Mexico offshore. 288 rigs do remain evacuated. Workers could begin to trickle back out soon to assess damage and try to restart those. All right. When many of the area's refineries do begin to restart, well, like to Joe's point to Frank, it is hard to know. There's a couple big problems with restarting a refinery. Number one, you need people to do it. There are many reports that workers simply can't get to the refineries because the roads are flooded, the roads are closed, there's a tree down, whatever it might be. Number two, there's still no power in many areas. Some refineries do have massive backup generators, so we'll see if that gets them going before the overall power returns, but it takes a lot of power to, well, create power. One refinery, by the way, guys, owned by Phillips 66, south of Louisiana Alliance, took in a bunch of water after a levee failed. So that one certainly could be a while before it comes back online. Not that big, about 266,000 barrels a day, I believe. Well, the key to everything is getting the power back on. Frank alluded to it. Joe, you talked about it. At Entergy, which is the main power provider, ticker ETR, not sure when that may be. Now, they reportedly took massive power hits due to high winds. In fact, there are reports that 9,000 miles of power lines were knocked out. Now, as I've noted in the past, there is no state that relies more on electric power versus, say, natural gas or propane or whatever than Louisiana. So when the power goes out, they get hit disproportionately hard. From a gas perspective, Frank touched on it, the Colonial Pipeline trying to get its main lines from Houston through Louisiana to North Carolina back up. Late last night was the last real update. Colonial, if you're out there, hit us up. Let us know if you're back up and running as well. And guys, by the way, the EPA just issued a waiver overnight so that Louisiana and Mississippi can now sell any winter blend gasoline. So it's just a different type of gas. They normally can't sell it now. EPA said, we're going to give you a break right now. You can sell it. That should help ease any gas crunch, guys. So that's kind of where we stand. A lot is offline. I mean, it's a bad situation from an energy perspective. The key is how long it goes on.